County Sheriff's Office to purchase a whole-body security scanning system with grant funds and approve the associate budget amendment. Do I have a motion?
I make such a motion.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, show by raised hand. Motion carries. This time, I'm going to open up a public hearing, and we're going to call on our GSI coordinator, Mr. Jesse Matthews. Oh, excuse me, Miss Jessie Matthews, I'm sorry.
Good evening. We have duly advertised a public hearing to receive comments on the recommendations of the Road Naming Committee regarding the names of certain private roads. The Road Naming Committee recommends that PBT 1135-3132 be named Cromartie Bell Lane. Do y'all have any questions?
Any questions? Any comments? Thank you. If there is no opposing, we will move forward to make a motion to name the roads as recommended by the Road Naming Committee.
You want to close the public hearing?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is there any?
Wait, hold on, is there any more discussion on it before I close the public hearing?
Did
No.
anyone from the audience want to speak?
That's what I said, that's what I asked them. All right, we're going to close the public hearing. Thank you. Bear with us, because I'm still learning some of this proper procedure. Thank y'all. At this time, I'll take a motion to name the roads as recommended by the Road Naming Committee.
I make such a motion that we name the road.
I second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, show by the raised hand. Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, in regard to item number 2 for board appointments, after consulting with the commissioners and seeking input on recommendations, I've come up with 2 names to recommend for submission to the Zoning and Planning Board. Make sure I get this correct. Dr. Randy Simmons and Mr. Tate Naylor for membership to the Planning and Zoning Board.
I second the vice chairman's motion.
Yes, all in favor? All in favor? Motion so carries. Thank you. Moving right along tonight, I'm looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I make such a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor? Motion so carries. We're down to item 4. That's our county manager's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to make the board aware that last week there were several concerned citizens who contacted us regarding closing at the convenience site and around the county, especially 2 in particular, Spivey's Corner and Snow Hill, and that our PIO has addressed that with our GFL folks, and they have already taken steps to address it and make sure signage is in place and that our citizens are made aware in enough advance that they won't be inconvenienced by showing up and there's no signage there or they're not notified ahead of time. So very good communication with them. They were very responsive. And just to make you aware, in case you're hearing from citizens, it has been addressed. There shouldn't be any future issues with that. That's all I have right now.
All right, thank you. All right, moving right along tonight, item 5 is our public comment section. Ms. Hunt?
My name is Elaine F. Hunt. I reside at 7171 Old Warsaw Road, Turkey. You know why I'm up here. I've been coming now 2 years, asking the same thing. I reached out to the state. I received several emails from various people from the state regarding what we could do to help ourselves, and then in return come and convey to you what was told to me. Each one told me, like I realized, I can't apply for a grant, but Sampson County Board of Commissioners can, to extend water to our area. And we are asking you, since we now know and heard it from the horse's mouth who can do it, we're asking you to please get in touch with them or do what you need to do so that we might have county water. I also contacted other members with the state, and they were so kind and so prompt. Our team came out, and about 16 households they went to include mine and my siblings, and they tested the water. They got results back promptly. Out of the 16, two haven't been, the results haven't been returned to me. But out of the 14, half of the ones that were tested have the PFAS. Last week, the state rushed out, brought gallons of water for those individuals. The state is helping us all they can. We're asking you to help us more than I feel you're doing. And I thank Mark Turleton, wherever he is, because I contacted him to ask for some information, and promptly he gave me the information I needed. And I thank some of you who have reached out after I reached out to you. But the only thing we want is to have good water. Some of us can't drink, can't cook, can't do anything with their water because now they have PFAS. You understand what I'm saying? Half of the ones that was tested with PFAS. We're asking you all to do something to help us get county water, like I'm sure most of you all have. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hunt. Mr. Munn?
Good evening. Where should I start? Well, first of all, I'd just like to say I want to thank Commissioner Pope for getting in contact with me. Commissioner Crump, I will be getting in contact with you as well, so we can converse. But I am deeply disappointed in what I learned this evening concerning the board seat. Commissioner Pope and Commissioner Crump, you all have nothing to do with that because you all are newbies here. But I am highly disappointed in the three commissioners who are here who knew that I have been earnestly attempting to get on the board seat. So my commissioner, I will be speaking with him concerning that because he knows where I stand with that. So no one's exempt for being accountable. So I don't know how you came across the nominees, but you do know I have been wanting a board seat, so I will be addressing that as well. So also, one thing that I like to share is that going forward, that one of the things that I believe that you all should take to heart, the newbies I'm speaking to, along with the three who are being here since I've been coming to the meetings, is that you have to build trust with your citizens and your constituents. That was not only violated, but that was abruptly disrupted and destroyed with previous individuals who was on this board. And also, from what I gather, the information that I saw with the interim commissioner that is coming in, not commissioner, excuse me, I stand to be corrected, the interim county manager that's coming in. I'm glad you didn't go with what was seated currently, but with what's coming in, that there will be some things that he will be looking at, and prayerfully that things that would be brought to his attention. And the things that I have shared with my commissioner, hopefully and prayerfully, those would be passed on so he can look specifically at that, because it's corrupt here. It's as corrupt can be. And I stand by that and I stand on that. So, Mr. Commissioner Crumpler, when I speak to you, you and I would share some things with you as well. But it's time to build some trust. So it starts tonight and going forward. So we're gonna see what you all are gonna do going forward. As Ms. Hill has already stated, she brought some things to you. She has addressed some things, and we're gonna see where it goes. And prayerfully that you all will take this stuff to heart and do your due diligence that your constituents has elected you to do. And if not, this is letting you know we will hold you all accountable. Y'all have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Muns. Jarmus, I think I'm right. And Anita, I get this right. Y'all know how I'm bad with names, I'm sorry. I can't read well either. I got that one.
James.
What's the last name? James?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay. My name is Antoinette James. For the past 23 years, I've lived in the Highsmith side of Roseboro. We also have a well water problem that we've been complaining about. We've spoken to several individuals about. We've gotten several different stories, all of them different. I can remember a time when well water was the best thing since sliced bread. It no longer is. In the Highsmith community of Roseboro, several of us, multiple houses have been tested with high levels of PFAS in the water. Government told us, don't drink it, you shouldn't consume it, don't cook with it, you can't boil it out of the water. We'll bring you 5-gallon jugs. Those 5-gallon jugs get hard to handle. So then the other option is the filtration system. They bring out the filtration system, but they don't tell you that that filtration system is gonna cost approximately $200 annually to maintain. So over the years, well water went from being this great thing, this clean thing, this natural thing to significantly worse. We consume a lot of cost to maintain a well. I can't tell you how many times I've had to change a pump, pipes, what have you. I'm on my 10th day now without water, because there's just so much rust and iron and gook and stuff in the ground. I now have to eat the cost of having a new well drilled. My mom also didn't have well water at the same time I didn't. We live on the same property. Two of us being without water, bad deal. So we're eating costs, we deal with smells, there's all kind of contaminants that we didn't put in the water. The government did. It's not fair that we have to eat the costs. We want to be plugged into the county line, and it's like no one's listening to us. We know that surrounding communities have county water, and we don't see why Highsmith is being left out. I think that I've said everything. I hope that this reaches someone on this panel that cares, or if nothing else, can lead us in the right direction, to see about getting county water. Because it's not fair to us as taxpayers, people who contribute to the community, that we can't get clean drinking water. We can't cook with clean water. You wash your clothes come out an entirely different color. And time's up. Thank you for listening.
What was your address again? I'm sorry.
My address is 2314 Old Mints Highway.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Ingram?
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Jay Ingram, and I'm the president of the Highsmith Side Community Watch. It has been a couple of years since we had applied for water. I was told that we were turned down twice, but I wasn't told the reason. Let me tell you, this is serious. We found that PFAS was in the water. We went out, tried to get everybody tested for water. And the way it looks, the people that had a shallow well were the one that came back positive. Deep well, you were okay. But the bottom line is, PFAS is still in the ground. So it's just a matter of time to get out in the deep well. But what I don't understand is why some people, they tell you that you have to pay for this when we had absolutely no control over it. None whatsoever. Everybody deserves to have clean water and clean air. I lived in Pennsylvania for 30-some years. I was born and raised here in Roseboro. And like the young lady said, back in those days, and many of you who are up in age, we know what that well water used to taste like. It was some good water. But technology came in to raise the crops and do all these things and pouring all this stuff in the fields. I saw on the news where down in Wilmington, the farmers couldn't even sell their produce because of PFAS. But see, they have insurance, so guess what? They're gonna get their money back. My wife went to the laundromat. Matter of fact, today, I had a $1,000 wash machine to come in. Why? Because the water messed my machine up. She goes to the laundromat. Can y'all imagine spending $25 each time you have to go to the laundromat? Can y'all imagine that? Think about it. It's not fair. Everybody deserves to have clean water, clean air, and good food to eat. Really. Thank y'all for listening to me. There's a lot more I could say, but believe me, I need to know why they turned us down. We asked for a petition, get all the names, we did that. We came before you guys, we did that. And guess what? We're still stuck in the mud. Can't get out. I'm 74 years of age. I would love to have some clean water in my area before I die. I can't drink that water. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ingram. Mr. Ingram, your address is, are you still there on Old Minster Highway?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. We want to make sure when we're replying back, we know that we're in the right areas for everyone.
Okay.
We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Mr. Larry Sutton?
Good evening to the Board of Commissioners and other staff members present. My name is Larry Sutton. I reside at 4761 Bearskin Road, Clinton. And let me just start by saying the county has a problem. The county has a problem. And the problem is having access to clean drinking water. I have access to county water along Bearskin Road where I reside. And I'm here, for the most part, on behalf of Ms. Elaine Hunt and anyone else who has a need for the county to assist them in getting clean drinking water. Again, the county has a problem. This problem will continue to grow and become more expansive and expensive over the years. Water infrastructure is not cheap, as you already know. And I suggest we start right now doing something to begin setting aside a fund for future water infrastructure. This problem is not going away. This problem will continue to worsen. You're going to have more Miss Elaine Hunts up here. You're going to have more other speakers up here. And I would applaud them and encourage them to line up and join in the conversation about getting infrastructure in place for clean water throughout Sampson County. This problem is not going away anytime soon. It will continue to worsen, and I, again, applaud those who come up here and express an interest in getting your attention to help them get clean water. Thank you very much, and Happy New Year to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sutton. That concludes all that's signed up for public comment. Is there anything else that needs to come before this board? I will entertain a motion to adjourn. I have a motion to adjourn
Second.
and a second. All in favor?